Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Starbound Frackin Univserse. Today, we're just doing a little bit of exploration and wanderizing, as I call it, around just to see what's going on here. Isn't it amazing how these bugs are all flying perfectly in sync, except for that one? That one is like doing the opposite of what the others are doing, because he's special, apparently, and he can't fly in perfect formation like all the other bugs. I'll fix your wagon, Mr. Orphan Fly. Yeah, we'll fix your wagon. Let's see here. Oh, you're still not flying in sync, Mr. Orphan Fly. You just have to be the special one, don't you? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But seriously, though, we're wandering around here. In particular, this is funny. There's like spooky music in the background, but there's very friendly sounding actual music playing as I slowly go mad, because I mean, despite everything, like, we have gone through the frozen wastes and stuff, and I still have not gotten around to making some kind of adequate protection against, oh my, that was a loud explosion, against, death and insanity and madness and other things. Also, an interesting thing to note, I use a Windows 10 operating system, and there was some kind of update recently, and said update apparently has mucked a lot of stuff up. Stupid Windows 10. It's not like the worst operating system in the world, but, I mean, it completely reset my recording and audio settings, like stuff that an operating system has no business getting into, in my personal opinion. Am I hearing a creepy child chorus back there somewhere? I thought I did for a moment. Maybe I was mistaken. Hello there, Mushroom Man. I don't really want anything you're selling. Anyway, getting back to my rant about Windows 10 and its updates, I mean, my goodness. Just frustrating stuff, really. More than anything. Hello. Anyway, I'm mostly just looking for some cool new dungeons, as it has been brought to my attention that there have been, since we last really went around exploring, there have been some new dungeons at it, like, there's apparently a Portal-style dungeon somewhere around here. So that'll be cool to find, if we do in fact find it. I swear I hear some children talking in the background. Maybe that's just me imagining things. Hello, what are you? You're just a lamppost. You don't quite fit with the design I would prefer, personally. Though I kind of wonder if these Portal-style labs I've been hearing about are underground. That would kind of make sense. I mean, Portal's set underground. Deep underground, in fact. Excuse me, sir. Or madam, whatever you happen to be. Oh! Well, there's a boss fight down here, apparently. That's nifty. I'll just dig my way in. Don't mind me. There's a super mutant boss, apparently. And, you! Oh my! Hello, sir. Yeah, you were not that impressive. You did cause a lot of damage, though, so, you know, kudos to you for that, sir. But other than that, you don't really impress me. Not that much, Mr. Fancy, you know, Afro man. Person, thing. Whatever you may be. Anyway, nothing too exciting. Just a lot of people who, for reasons unknown, want to kill me. Oh, there it is. You know what's kind of funny? This tower thing, which not that tower, that thing that just blew up over there, is actually very similarly shaped to the tower I built in my old, like, you know, 10 million years old Terraria playthrough thing. Interesting. A Force Gauntlet. That's cool. What does this do? Deep water stim. I mean, that's kind of useless to me now, but I'll eat it anyway. You know what's also kind of weird is the fact that the consumption sound effect for having that stim was as if I ate it. Because, as we all know, eating needles you find on the ground is perfectly safe and good for, you know, a balanced diet and continued health. I mean, everyone knows this. You know, definitely eat all those strange, dirty needles you find lying around on the floor. Nothing could go wrong with that. Don't actually do that, by the way. That would be terrible, probably. Probably. Oh my. I mean, you have a cool gun there. It does a lot of damage to tiles, but, you know, at the end of the day, you didn't really impress me that much with your fancy gun, since I did kill you without even really thinking about it. I've got to be honest, I miss the fact that a lot of these dungeons, like, they were just taken out of the game. Why? Why did Chucklefish feel that these particular dungeons, at least I'm pretty sure this reminds me of some old Apex dungeons that used to be in the game, but then got removed for whatever reason. I mean, just add one of those little force field generators. This would have been pretty cool. I mean, I guess, on the other hand, it is cool, but at the same time, it doesn't really fit any of the Apex lore. As far as, like, what's going on inside of it, it's just this big, arbitrary facility that's doing stuff. Oh dear. Open pit of lava right there. That's not OSHA compliant. Oh boy. The Safety Standards Council, they're gonna have some words to say about this place. No wonder it was removed from the vanilla game. Oh dear. Can't be running operations like this. It's not safe. Not safe at all. It's also, I mean, at least they put up some danger signs, but I mean, that's just kind of like a half-hearted measure, really. All things considered. Anyway, I want to find cool new dungeons that we have not experienced before. Because I know they're out there. Actually, in general, it would be nice. I'm pretty sure I've lamented this fact before, but I will lament it again. Just the fact that there are not... Like, the underground in Starbound is not as exciting as I think it could be. You know? Like... it would be nice if... Like, because all the dungeons are basically, like, their entrances are on the surface. Sure, some of them start going underground, but, it would be nice to have some planets that explicitly had dungeons going on underground. Kind of like the, Lizard Temple in Terraria, or... Well, the Lizard Temple in Terraria. And I guess technically the Terraria dungeon counts as well, because that does kind of go underground. But then again, it opens on the surface. So, I guess that's not quite the best example. Anyway, but yeah, basically I want to find more underground. I mean, this is pretty cool. There's this little steampunk lamp and stuff down here. But there's just not quite as much going on down in here as there could be. It's mostly just, I mean, there are caves and there's little micro dungeons, but I guess what I'm saying is I want bigger dungeons. I want big, scary places to go explore. You know, with, like, mini-bosses. That's actually something I think that perhaps after the 1.3 update, it would be pretty cool if Chucklefish made, like, the 1.4 update, assuming there is going to be a 1.4 update in Starbound, and I mean, I have no evidence to say there will be, but I have to assume that there probably will be. Something to add somewhat more Terraria-esque, like just, what am I trying to say here? Invasions and stuff like that. Just random things that happen on the planet, other than, I guess, like, the pre-built stuff. You know, just random things that could happen to help establish sort of emergent storytelling. And the game already does a pretty good job of that, just with, you know, because you can create the story for the world you're on. You can hypothesize what the world's story is based on the stuff you find on it. You know, you find an Apex lab and an avian village and a Floran hunting ground or something. And then you ask yourself, well, how did all these things get here? Indeed. Actually, another thing that would be cool would be just more dungeons for the, what I would call the minor species, like an Agaran dungeon, some kind of, you know, fungal-infested dungeon. In fact, a cool thing for that, I think, would be, you know, Agaran dungeons that are, or like you take like an Apex dungeon or a Floran dungeon, probably mostly a Floran dungeon, but maybe an Apex dungeon as well, just because, you know, the Apex are mad scientists and they'd probably mess around with the Agaran and then unleash some unholy horror. Hello there, sir. Are you friendly? You appear to be, so you can carry about your business. You know, stuff like that, just sort of infested dungeons or Maybe some kind of Fenorox dungeon, some sort of, I'm just spitballing ideas here. Not that I think that, the existing content in... I'm gonna get rid of that cattle feed, because I'm not really using it. Not to imply that the existing Starbound content is not interesting or varied or whatnot, but more is always better, so... Just throwing some ideas around here that come into my head. Of course, the other beautiful thing, of course, is just the fact that mods add so much as well to the Starbound experience. In fact, I think, and Chucklefish made a good play, I would say, when they made Starbound to be very mod-friendly in the first place, is that it does really add to the lifespan of a game, really. The more mods, or the more mod-friendly it is. As Starbound has a pretty awesome modding community. And the content, I mean, I'm probably running like 5 bajillion mods here. And that's not even, you know, particularly unusual. In fact, that's not even like that's not even the world record for most simultaneous Starbound mods in one game. Is there a storm going on up here? I assume there's a storm going on up here. Anyway, but I am looking for more dungeons, basically, is what we're looking for right now. And what I keep getting back to. Why am I mining this when I don't have room for it? That's a good question. Alright, hopefully we didn't miss anything on the surface. We probably missed like 10,000 villages or something. But you never know, this is a weird biome that we have come across with these stunted little trees. They're kind of ugly looking. But then again, to the trees, maybe I'm ugly looking, so I shouldn't judge. Or at least not be too quick to judge. Anyway, I would assume, just looking at this planet, that the story here is like, this was a planet not unlike Earth. Actually, thinking of which, that would be awesome as well, is finding more planets that were like Earth, where it's like basically like one big ol'... Hello? One big ol' city done. Are you guys trying to kill me? You are. Why? What did I do to you? Also, you didn't look... Wait, were you Avily bandits? I think those were Avily bandits. I don't see too many of those, but they do show up. That's also the one problem with Frackin Univserse. With all the world types, it makes it a little difficult sometimes to find the dungeons and things that get added by other mods, just because of all the new world types, and I'm not sure if like, the Frackin Univserse worlds, well, they probably, I have to assume they wouldn't, like, account for, like, other mods. And all. Though, I don't make mods myself, so I don't exactly know what you'd have to do to be able to say, hey, let this dungeon that I'm making a mod, or that my mod is for, or whatever, you know, like, some kind of, turtle dungeon. Let's say that, turtle dungeon. It can show up on certain worlds. How do you define what kinds of worlds it can show up on? And I suppose, how would you ensure, possibly, for compatibility purposes, that's the word I'm trying to say, that your dungeon could show up in other dungeons, like, or on other world types other than the vanilla ones? These are questions that I don't know the answer to, but I imagine modders probably have to think about when they're making their stuff, especially since the impression I get, anyway, is that Frackin Univserse is, by some, like, considered an almost, hello? What are you? Wait. Do you have a matter manipulator yourself? Holy crap, you have a matter manipulator! You also died. Very easily. Anyway, yeah, just... It's interesting to think about these kinds of questions, like with the dungeons and stuff, and how, especially if you're a modder, like the things you have to account for, I would imagine. Very complicated, no doubt. Anyway, I think... Oh, and another thing, you know, okay, we've definitely circumnavigated the planet. At some point, I'm gonna have to remember, you know, the old simple trick of doing something as simple as just, like, plopping 2 torches or something, just to create a landmark at my spawn point. Excuse me, thank you, but I'm not interested. Not interested in what you're selling. Anyway, yeah, so that I can see much easier if I have, in fact, circumnavigated a planet. And it doesn't look like we found any cool new dungeons here today, so I guess we'll wrap things up at that point as this, like, deadly, deadly rain comes down. But there's always next time. There is plenty of time. Maybe that bird was friendly and was just trying to land, get out of the rain like I was, but I assumed it was trying to kill me and now it's dead. Anyway, there's always next time, and of course, there is, of course, that's pretty redundant. There is, of course, the much anticipated 1.3 update coming out at some point in the undisclosed, not too distant future, so we'll have to look forward to that. I can't wait to start exploring space stations and random stuff out there, but until then, we've got what we've got, so let's wrap things up here, and the next time we'll continue exploring, maybe see something new, but until then, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below to let me know what you're thinking. I will see all you in the next video.